What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mike Sieben. In today's video, we're gonna be talking how to sell on Amazon for Canadians in 2021. I'm gonna walk you guys through what the pros and cons of the different marketplaces are, what you need to do and think about as a Canadian seller, and how you can start or grow your existing business. Let's get into it. As I mentioned in today's video, we are talking Amazon FBA for Canadians. We are gonna break this down into 4 different sections, and they're gonna be as follows. So first, we're gonna talk about Amazon.com as a Canadian, the differences between the .ca and .com platforms, the differences in population size, competition, and everything that comes with that. Second, we're gonna be talking about what marketplace it's best to start in. Is that Canada? Is that US? We're gonna go over all of those things. Third, we're gonna talk about any sort of tax information that you need to know, what certificates or numbers that you need to obtain in order to operate on the .com platform. And then fourth, we're gonna talk about banking, how to reduce the amount of fees that you pay, and how to operate in the US as a Canadian citizen. If you guys like my content, as always, please do not forget to smash that like button. Make sure that you are already subscribed, and if you want to hit that notification bell, that will alert you every single time I put out a new video. All right, so hopping right into it, we're gonna talk about the different marketplaces and Amazon.com as a Canadian. So although Amazon does have a .ca platform, the main and first platform or marketplace that Amazon launched was actually Amazon.com. The market size, if you look at just sheer population from Canada to the US, Canada has in and about 37 million people as their population, and in the US there are nearly 330 million people. So because of this, the population size on which could potentially be purchasing on Amazon is about 10 times greater in the US than it is in Canada. For this reason, the marketplace is about 10 times the size as well, meaning that there's 10 times more customers on the .com platform than on Canada. So what does that mean for a Canadian looking to start an Amazon business and choose which platform to be on? So that brings us to our second point. Which place is best to start with? So although there's 10 times the population and the market size is 10 times on Amazon.com, .ca is 10 times smaller, but also has a lot less competition. On the .com platform, you are competing with the likes of millions and millions of different sellers, people from all across Canada, all across Germany, the EU, anywhere in Europe, as well as all of the sellers on the .com platform, and any and every other marketplace generally will come to the .com platform to sell their products. So if you were to choose to start on the .ca platform, you would be actually competing with a lot less people. And if you're able to find the products and find the niches that make sense and have good selling volumes, it is very possible to be successful and launch quicker on the .ca platform. Another aspect we're gonna look at is, because we are doing Amazon FBA, we need to think about how we are gonna fulfill our inventory. So when we're making the orders from our suppliers, we are gonna wanna have the product shipped somewhere, wherever that may be, whether that is your own home, your own facility, your own warehouse, or if you're in Canada and you're selling on the .com platform, you may have to use something like a prep center. So obviously, if you're starting on the .ca platform, you are able to have that ease of shipping products to your own house and fulfilling those orders, labeling and prepping, and get those sent off to an Amazon FBA warehouse a lot more efficiently and cost effectively than if you were in the US and using something like a prep center. Because you're able to use your own time and your own small materials, you'll generally only be paying a few cents per item to actually label it, get it all prepared and sent out to a warehouse. Whereas if you are selling on the .com platform utilizing a prep center, you could be paying anywhere from like 60 cents to $1.20 per unit just for base fees on each item. So really it all comes down to figuring out for you what is best. Do you want to start in a platform that has a huge market, huge opportunity, and many customers? Or do you want to start it where you can prep things yourself, you can bring things into your own warehouse, have a little bit less competition, and sell on a much smaller marketplace? And ultimately, it just comes down to whatever you are comfortable, wherever you see opportunity, and wherever you are able to find your spot in the marketplace. Personally, on my business partner and I actually started on the .com platform just because of the sheer size of the marketplace. We utilize a prep center south of the border, and with that, we are able to get our products shipped from our suppliers to our prep center and then into Amazon FBA warehouses. Since inception of our account, we've actually carried over that business up into the .ca platform. So we're able to have products shipped to us. We're able to label and prep them much more cost efficiently than the .com platform and utilizing a prep center, and then send them into FBA warehouses. There is no one size fits all. There is no better platform for us in our business. It's where we find the products at the right price and we see the opportunity. We like to not limit ourselves, and that is why we have expanded into selling on both platforms. All right, so now we're gonna move on to taxes and what sort of documents you need if you are choosing to sell on the .com platform. At a minimum, you're gonna want a reseller certificate. So what that is essentially you register with whichever state that you would like, you obtain a certificate and a registration number with them, and then you're able to provide that certificate to your suppliers when purchasing inventory, and this will actually eliminate the need to pay tax on all of the inventory that you buy. So in contrast to Canada, where we pay GST to our suppliers for product, and then at the end of the year when we file our taxes, we send in all of those receipts and we actually get reimbursed for all the GST that we pay. In the States, the system they have set up is essentially a certificate that certifies you as a reseller and says that you do not have to pay any sort of tax upfront. Therefore, you do not have to file and receive the taxes back at the end of the year. If you want more information, check the description down below, and I'll actually link you to the California website in which you can go and apply for a reseller certificate. That is the state that we use for our business, and it is an extremely easy process. You can register online, and then once per year, they will send you an email. You do a tax filing, and you essentially just say that yes, you have been operating and you've been making sales, and no, you still do not want to pay tax and you are still registered and selling. And then the fourth area that we want to discuss here is the banking situation. So because you would be selling on the .com platform, you have to think about obviously the Canadian to US dollar situation. So we actually ended up learning this the hard way when we started, and just going out to the bank that you have now with the existing business you have, or if you're starting a new one, and opening up a US dollar account, unfortunately will not be enough. Amazon will actually recognize if you use that US dollar account on the .com platform, that is a US dollar account located with a Canadian bank. So then what will happen is Amazon will try to pay you out in those US dollars. They will do their currency conversion service for you on your behalf automatically, and charges anywhere between 3 and 5% to switch that money to Canadian and then back to the US. So because of this, you will actually be losing out twice on a currency exchange just to get it in US dollars, which then you may have to switch back to Canadian dollars anyway. So how do you avoid this? The big 5 Canadian banks in Canada actually have arms in the US with US based bank accounts. So whichever bank you're using, talk to your banker, have a conversation if they offer something called cross-border banking, and if they actually have a US branch. By them having a US branch, you can actually open up a US dollar account with a US based bank. And then if you're able to provide Amazon with that information, they will take the US dollars from the sales that you make and they will deposit them directly into that US account. From there, because that US account is registered with the bank that you are already using, you can transfer the funds back into the Canadian side, and whether you want to use your money in US dollars or you use some sort of currency exchange from your bank or a third party to bring it back to Canadian, That is how you're going to avoid the high fees of the Amazon currency exchanger. So that was a lesson that we had to learn in our business. So I hope that I can save you from doing that yourself if you are thinking of selling in the US as a Canadian seller. All right, guys, that is all I have for you today. I hope that you have learned some things in order to sell in the US as a Canadian seller and how you can choose which marketplace is best for you. If you guys like my content, please do not forget to smash that like button. That helps us out immensely here at the channel. As well, make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you're hitting that notification bell so you can be alerted every single time I post a new video. Other than that, that's all I have for you guys today. Take care. We will see you on the next one. Peace.